Welcome to Weather and Earth 25, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. This is an update on the hurricane situation that's unfolding right now for the state of Florida, and the first time I've ever made a video like this. This is unlike the videos I've made before highlighting potential natural disasters that could happen in the future based on numerology and Chinese astrology. This time we're taking a look at something that's happening at the moment, and we're talking about Hurricane Ian, a major Category 3 hurricane that is right now currently heading north to northeast towards southwest Florida. It's currently September 27th, 2022, Tuesday, about 5 in the afternoon, and I thought I'd make this video to give an update on what I believe personally this storm could end up doing. The Hurricane Center has been posting advisories on this since yesterday, but things weren't really that clear until the storm would get past Cuba. This is the cone, according to the weather, to the National Hurricane Center, and for the most part, they were aiming the storm more towards Tampa, but ever since this morning, it's been tracking more northeast, so I'm afraid that the track is going to change probably ever so slightly with each update until the storm is actually going to be probably on the southern end of the cone. Because look at the radar, how it's moving right now. This is the radar Hurricane Ian. And this is from Key West's radar, and we can see the motion of the storm is more like northeast, looking more like this. If we follow the line, it will go in that general direction, more towards like Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Punta Gorda, maybe Port Charlotte. Not so much Tampa, which would probably be better news for Tampa, although I wouldn't completely rule out that this could swing back north. But this is the cone again from the Hurricane Center, and this is what might actually end up happening according to what's going on with the storm, and something else that I'm about to highlight here, which is more relevant to the stuff that I practice. But this is the cone for the Hurricane Center, and I've edited it myself with that green arrow, showing that that's probably where I think the hurricane's most likely to track, given the latest developments, and I've put dates on the right to correspond more or less with this cone, so you guys have an idea of where the hurricane could be on what time. In the red line, you have the 9/28, September 28th. That's tomorrow. And I made it red on purpose because that's the date I think it's going to hit Florida as a major hurricane. Yes, this thing is speeding up, and I think the landfall is going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be the most difficult day for the state. After this, on the 29th, the storm should start weakening some, but slowly traversing central Florida, probably as a Category 1 or a Category 2. A lot of rain, a lot of flooding. It's a continuation of the landfall from the day before. And then the blue, I got September 30th to October 1st is when the weekend system, probably a tropical storm, Ian, will be somewhere near Jacksonville or offshore, heading generally northward. Right about that time, things become a bit more uncertain, but likely the main effects will be water-related, flooding, rains, that kind of thing. But definitely the worst impacts to me, to my belief, is going to be in southern Florida, primarily southwest Florida. Now, what is going on with the timing of this storm, and why is it moving more towards the southwest part quicker than anticipated? In reality, there's many explanations, perhaps, but the one that I have personally has to do with numerology. Yeah, this is something beyond meteorology and beyond science in reality. It's more of an ancient practice that I've been using, which is called numerology. Basically, looking at dates and adding parts of the dates or the whole date and trying to see what kind of numbers come up. And this is something I've been tracking my whole life. And I've noticed there's patterns to when things happen. Certain dates add to certain numbers, and those certain numbers have existed before during other calamities of similar nature. When it comes to Hurricane Ian, tomorrow's date is actually really key. It's a really key date. Very important date. 9/28/2022. Looks like just a normal date on the calendar until you add the numbers of the whole date. This date adds to 25. 25 is actually a number that has shown up numerous times in the past for major natural disaster dates. And it's not the first time that it's done so with hurricanes in recent history. And I'm afraid that Ian is probably going to be another event linked to a 25 numerology date. Just to give you an idea, the day Hurricane Harvey struck Texas was a 25 numerology date, August 25th, 2017. The day Hurricane Irma maxed out at 185 miles an hour and ran over the northeastern Caribbean islands was also on the 25 numerology date, September 6th, 2017. And here we go with Ian, September 28th, 2022. We have to keep that in mind. And I think this might be the way it's manifesting, and part of the reason why this hurricane is going to speed up its landfall by a day. Because yesterday, on the 26th, they were thinking the landfall might be further north of Tampa on the 29th. But instead, the 29th is probably going to have this storm weakening over Central Florida. Still bringing impacts, no less. The days around the 25 numerology date are somewhat also affected by the nature of the 25 numerology date. And the main impacts happen on the 25 numerology date. So I believe Hurricane Ian and 25 numerology are coming together to create what could possibly be a historic natural disaster for Southwest Florida. Those of you from Naples on northwards, especially Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Punta Gorda, all the way up to Tampa, you guys better be prepared for this thing. And if you've been asked to evacuate, do so immediately. Do not wait for this storm. Tomorrow is not a good day to take your chances. These kind of numerology dates in the past have caused hurricanes to blow up to Category 4 or even stronger. And I think Ian might be another example. Even if it comes in as a Category 3, it's still going to be very destructive. But yes, guys, Tampa and Point South, especially between Naples and Port Charlotte. That's my best estimate as to where the storm could have its biggest impacts, with extreme winds and dangerous storm surge. Alright guys, so that's the update on Hurricane Ian and what I think it might be doing in the days ahead. Watch your weather news closely. It's time to start tracking this storm and seeing which direction it's going to be heading over the next 24 to 36 hours. You guys take care, and thanks for watching.